Hello and welcome to another episode of RayJ Reviews, a chance for you to learn about what I've been doing lately and hopefully get out and do some of these things yourself. Today I'm going to tell you about the Conroe Cajun Catfish Festival. I've been to this event several times. It's always a lot of fun. This time was a little different because I got to spend a lot more time talking with artists and performers and business owners there. The festival takes place in Conroe, Texas, as you might guess, and it is like a regular festival in that it has lots of good food. It has things for the kids to enjoy, crafts and things like that. A lot of people selling really interesting things, handmade locally. And the difference in this festival, though, is that it is centered around performing artists, musicians primarily. They bring in some that have a pretty good following, a pretty good name, fairly well established, and then some that are just getting started. So it gets exposure for all of them. Anyhow, this episode I won't be talking a whole lot because I have so much content to show you. I met so many fun, cool people and interviewed so many great folks. I just want to let you watch the whole thing and enjoy it.
Hello there, my name is Geno Delafose. I'm from Eunice, Louisiana. I have a band named Geno Delafose from French Rock and Boogie. We've been together for about 22 years. And I've been in the music industry about 37 years. Started out with my dad, the late Jarrod Sterrett, the Eunice Playboy, and we happy to be here in Conroe, Texas. I hope that y'all enjoy yourselves with us. My music, I play Cajun and Zydeco music. I'm a little bit more on the more traditional side of things with the Cajun Zydeco music, but we do some up-tempo Zydeco and going on, and there's a little something for everybody. We mix it up with a little Cajun Zydeco, a little country and western, a little bit of blues. Try to hit all avenues. We've been around, played a lot of festivals all over the United States, outside the United States, and there's just so many I can't even name them. Some of the great festivals that we played. We just enjoy playing all the festivals and the dance halls and stuff like that, and being able to be close to people and just have a good time with them. The part of my job that I love the most, I really enjoy meeting people and just making people happy. Because I know people work hard all week long and they're ready to have a good time, and when they come to us, they leave with a smile on their face, and that's what we want. Oh, the hardest part of the job is probably being away from home, but these days we're not away from home too much now. But when I first started out, we used to travel about 9 months out of the year, just all across the United States, and we're just a little bit more local now, but we love it. Well, some of the key things to be a successful performer is, first of all, you have to aim to please your crowd, be consistent, and give people a good product. And I guess the most thing is be consistent and respectful, and that's kind of the key to success.
I'm a comedy juggler, juggling out of Seabrook, Texas. I've been down in Seabrook about 9 years at this point, but I actually been juggling almost 30 years at this point, 25 years or so. Originally out of Ohio, started up there. I started juggling when my mom gave me the book Juggling for the Complete Klutz as a Christmas gift, not realizing it might become a career option. I juggle a wide variety of objects. I juggle balls, clubs, knives, torches, and if we're really lucky, I get to do the world-famous flaming baby routine. But I only get to do that once a festival, and then sadly they don't seem to like to do that again. But I do a lot of different things, all juggling related or circus art related. If it's a roll of bola, balancing on a tube and balance on that, and do a lot of balance tricks. At one time or another I used to do some slack wire walking, but I don't do that anymore, and I used to be the world's worst fire eater, which I decided was not really something I wanted to be. I'd say the most challenging trick I have is gathering the crowd, but probably the hardest thing that I'm doing lately is I do some old vaudeville stuff with a ball with a mouth stick, where I have a stick in my mouth and I catch the ball balanced on the end of the stick and I bounce it around parts of my body. It's an old vaudeville trick. There's only a few of us in the world that are doing it nowadays. We're trying to bring it back. What I enjoyed most about doing this is really it's the interaction with the crowd. If I can't do it and make people laugh and enjoy the show, then I don't really do it. There are a lot of technical tricks that jugglers master, doing big high numbers. To me, that all gets kind of confusing after a while. People can't tell 5 from 10. So I really focus on lower numbers people can relate to, they can see what's really happening, and I can relate back with them while they're doing it, and I'm not glazed off staring at the sky wondering what's happening.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty much it. Wait, I'll make it seem harder.
I run this business, Gear Hot Rod Apparel. We've been doing it for about 5 years now. We started off as a hobby. We have custom vehicles, cars, trucks that have been in many magazine coverages, and we go to car shows all around the nation, and we decided to start our own company to bring a lot of those artists into the artwork of the t-shirts. We travel to about 30 different shows a year, from Oklahoma, Mississippi, Arkansas, Texas does quite a few. And what we do is we promote the artists that are in our industry, basically the pinstripers, the tattoo artists, the people that paint our vehicles, and we put their artwork on t-shirts, and we create an apparel for the auto enthusiasts. My husband and I are very pro shop local. So everyone we include in our builds, we try to make sure they're friends of ours and they're local businesses. So in our custom vehicles that we have for ourselves, we use a wheel company from Houston, we use a pinstripe artist from here in Magnolia. We try to keep everybody involved in our builds here in the Houston and surrounding area. The thing I love most about this business that we created is that we still get to go to car shows. We haven't stopped. We get to meet people, different people that get to see our stuff, really appreciate it, thank us, pat us on the back, and we absolutely love it.
He pulled out her affection and he began to cry. Said there's no comfort in Southern comfort, no help from Jim B. Jack Daniels, he don't care. Johnny Walker walked down on me.
Well, howdy, I'm Jarrod Sterrett. I've been a musician for about 6 years now with a full band. I've been singing all my life, but just finally put a business together 6 years ago. We're getting off the ground now. Well, my music has been classified as outlaw, red dirt, Texas country, Americana, honky-tonk, or traditional country. It's been all of those. Very different than what you hear on the radio nowadays, and I hope that's really what pays off, because that's what I plan on doing. I don't plan on changing for anybody. Well, I write most of my own lyrics. On my first album, everything was either written or co-written by me, and on my second one, that was my first experience with using someone else's song, someone else's lyrics. Jonathan Charbonnet and Andy Kirkendall wrote one that I was graciously allowed to use. There's a lot of things that inspire me. I write a lot about my struggles in the music business, being the main source of my grief. And of course, every guy, when he has a breakup, becomes a musician, whether he actually is one or not. So I've written some songs about breakups, and I've written some songs about good times, and I guess my favorite one, I wrote a song about going home for Christmas. We didn't use the word Christmas in it at all. It's all about the road and the ride getting there. Wrote it with my buddy Ben Gonzalez. Now, we wrote it in such a way that people get out of it what they want, because it sounds like we're just talking about being on the road in general. A lot of people think we wrote that one about being on the road playing music, but we didn't. It was about going home from college for Christmas. I love playing and singing. When the band really hits that groove and starts sounding good, and I get to be a part of that, that's amazing. I guess that's the high point. I love being on the radio. That's something I never thought I'd ever see. More than anything, I gotta say the live shows. When the band is into it, when the crowd is into it, when the music sounds good, that's what makes it worth it.
All right, over here on my right, on the lead guitar from Spring, Texas, Tomlin. from Willis, Texas, CMA Fiddler of the Year, Troy Bates. Section, he's all about that bass. That he's from Spring, Texas. Jerry Thurston, he's an Astros fan, by the way.
On the other hand, what really is not that great, the hours on the road, the lack of sleep, and the amount of work setting up and tearing down. It seems like the bigger we get, the longer it takes to set up and tear down, and the more equipment we have. When I first started out, it was 2 speakers, a PA, and a guitar, and some wires to string it together. Every band member we add, there's more stuff. Every venue we play, we end up getting more speakers, more monitors, more stage lighting, wireless units, you know, it's where we don't use the cords, and those are more complicated than ever. It's just more and more stuff to it. And of course, we needed a van to transport the band in. That'll probably eventually change into a bus. We had a trailer. Thank goodness my sponsor Stop Equipment helped me out with that. That was another thing I had to deal with maintaining and acquiring in the first place. It's just more and more stuff to handle. And you know, people think it's easy, and it started out pretty simple, but it's not anymore. It gets rather complicated, rather hard and heavy to work with.
No whiskey in this world can drown her memory. Well, I don't know what this world can help me. Alright, shred it down.
We are the Dirty River Boys. We originated in El Paso, Texas. Moved to Austin, based out of the Austin area now. It started as a 3-piece with me, Marco Gutierrez, our drummer Travis Stearns, Nino Cooper over here, playing the lead guitar, singing songs as well. And then a year later, we picked up CJ, our bass player. Yeah. He doesn't say much. He makes a lot of animal sounds. We just ate a bunch of catfish. So
yeah.
It's a little funny, right?
Yeah, I feel weird, man.
But yeah, that's basically the genesis of the band. That's how it all got started. What made me want to do this was I love playing music, and at the time when I met Nino and Travis, I didn't really know what I was doing with my life. I was going to school at the University of Texas at El Paso, UTEP. I hated it. I was working at the county tax assessor collector office. The people there were wonderful, but I didn't have a good time. So I met Nino and Travis, and they were taking music very seriously. And that's kind of what got me to understand that you can do this for a living. You can make this happen. What about you?
What made me want to do this for a living is just I didn't want to grow old and look back and think what if I never gave music a true shot. I'd always played music growing up, but I never really went full force and gave it 100%. And we decided to do it about 6 years ago when we started this band.
I played music for a combination of reasons. One, to carry on like a family tradition, since my dad and my grandfather played music. Two, because it's like therapy almost, to release all your craziness on stage so you don't release it somewhere else and go to jail. And three, just to see the world and to travel and kind of take in every different edge of the world that you can before it's over. It's really not as glamorous as people think. Everybody says, oh, it must be so cool to travel around all the time, but there's a lot behind the lines that people don't see. You miss your family, your dogs, you miss home-cooked meals, you don't get sleep, you're confined in a van that's smaller than a prison cell for over 80 hours a week sometimes. I mean,
it gets hard. I've missed most of my best friends' weddings, and I've we're always playing on weekends, and so yeah, it's a different lifestyle, and being away from home gets hard after a while. When you're not doing it as a career, you're playing shows when you want to go play shows, and when you're doing it as a career, you get up there and play, and you have to give it all you got, whether you feel like it or not.
Yeah.
So that gets
like right now, I'm
difficult
sick.
sometimes. It's impossible to always feel like you want to play right now. And,
And all that being said, we're grateful, and I think we realize that we're lucky that we get to do what we do, because
definitely
not many people get to do it. But like that being said, a reality is a reality, and it gets difficult sometimes. It gets hard out there.
Yeah.
But nights like tonight, nights like tonight when you have a few fans in the crowd and they're singing all the words, and you have a bunch of people who really don't know your music, but you can tell you're kind of reaching out and getting to them. Yep. Those are the nights that make all the bad stuff kind of worth it.
I agree.
Yeah. My favorite part of doing this, honestly, is like the creation aspect, and a few different things. The creation aspect, I think, is my favorite thing. I think I heard one of my favorite artists put it the perfect way. Conroe, he's one of my heroes. To have something where there was nothing there, and kind of that's how songwriting goes. It's how the creation process goes. How this thing happened that wasn't there. The other part that I loved about it, that I figured out that I loved through this band, was being on stage and just letting go. You know, playing the chords as hard as you can, screaming into the microphone out of key. I love punk rock, and we're a country folk band, but it's in a punk rock spirit. So the songwriting and the live performance, I think, are favorite things about it.
I'll have to agree with Marco. I think that the creation process is my favorite part of it as well. I like, getting a song idea, working it out, writing the lyrics, and getting together and forming the song. I also really enjoy being in the studio, and I love traveling and seeing the country.
I would have to say that rare occasion where you actually touch somebody out in the audience and they feel it, and then they come up to you after the show, and you can really tell that, like, you're kind of an influence on them in a way, and that you brightened their night maybe just by playing a song that they can relate to.
That's a good one.
That is, I think so.
That keeps a lot of that keeps me going.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's all I have for you in this episode. I hope you will see my other episodes and learn about what I've been doing. But most importantly, I hope that you will get out and enjoy life.